CSS, we can split our styles into multiple separate files and use the import rule to load them within a single style sheet. However, this approach is slow, causes an additional server request for each import, and is render blocking, meaning that the rest of the web page will wait until all of the different imports have completed before continuing to download the remaining resources. Therefore, it's best practice not to use import, and instead use a single CSS file with all of your CSS in it. The downside to this is having to work with very large CSS files, which can be awkward. SASS, however, has its own version of import, which is used to include partial files. These partials are simply small chunks of SASS code whose file names are prefixed with an underscore. Any imported partial files are processed into the output CSS file when Compass processes the SASS. With SASS, you have the best of both worlds, split your styles up into small, meaningful and manageable files, and use import to end up with a single CSS file when Compass processes your code. Remember, SASS files prefixed with an underscore are partials and will not be turned into their own individual CSS file. Conversely, SASS files without an underscore will be processed into a CSS file. This is what it looks like to import files in SASS. We'll open up our SASS example project that we created in the Getting Started video, and we'll create a file called example.scss. Note that this file name does not include an underscore, so it's not a partial file, and therefore Compass will process this file into a CSS file. For this video, let's assume we're creating an online shop, which would typically have a shopping basket, currency switcher and search box within the header. Therefore, let's create 3 partial files which will hold the styling for these different page elements. We'll create a new file named _shopping-basket.scss, _currency-switcher.scss, and _search.scss. Now let's go back to our example.scss file and we'll import these partial files. Note how we simply pass in the path to the partial files we want to include, but we don't specify the underscore prefix or the .scss file extension. With Compass watching our SASS examples folder for any SASS changes, we'll go ahead and add some styles to each of these partial files and see what output is produced. We can see that our partial files are indeed being imported, and Compass is processing them into a single CSS file. Very powerful stuff. Did this video help you out? I really hope it has. If you liked the video and found it useful, by all means click the link and take part in my course, The Web Developer's Toolkit. It's packed full of other useful information that will help you become a better developer and hopefully one that's employed very soon.